Dear viewers, hello and good blessings. Today is Monday, June 22nd, 2026, the 11th of the month of Tammuz. The year is 5786 on the Jewish calendar. One thing that caught my eye in this past week was an article on the Israeli site Ynet that right under Israel's nose, a new axis had been formed, one that includes Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and jihadist Syria. Introduction, and let's begin. Hello again. Look, the recent war between us and Iran changed the rules of the game when it comes to shipping routes. Think about it. The Iranians and the Americans blocked the Strait of Hormuz and paralyzed energy transit for the entire world, and the Houthis in Yemen closed off Bab el-Mandeb. So, countries around the world starting to look for an alternative way to move energy and oil to Europe. If you can't move those goods by sea, then you move them by land. How are they planning this? Well, there are two options on the table. The first energy route starts in the United Arab Emirates, continues along the Saudi desert, then to Jordan, and then ends right here in Israel at the port of Haifa. This route is relatively shorter, it reduces the costs, and geographically passes through countries that have an interest in the route succeeding for profits. The second route runs from Saudi Arabia through Syria and from there to Turkey. Despite this route being relatively longer, it is more solidified for one reason. Those three countries, Saudi Arabia, Syria, and Turkey, had been relatively unified for about a year and a half now, especially since the change of the regime in Syria. Last week, as was reported in the Arab media, the transport ministers of Turkey and Saudi Arabia met in Riyadh and signed the initial agreement of understanding covering the transportation, logistics, and profit sharing. Ahmed al-Shara, Syria's current leader, is already working on this together with his partners. They're calling it the Four Seas Project, which includes the Gulf, the Mediterranean, the Caspian, and the Black Seas. Whoever wins this race and builds their route will earn billions of dollars a year, and that is a minimal estimate. Dear friends, this is Israel's opportunity, not only to prove its military strength, but also its diplomatic strength, and to accelerate the signing of the agreements between us and the United Arab Emirates. Because here, if you have strong economic base, with good business instincts, you will be taken seriously. Not just in the Middle East, but in Asia. Viewers and listeners, the Middle East is not a region where you can sit quietly and rest under the sun. Here, you need to actively seek opportunities, because if you don't, your enemy will not just take the opportunity, he will also look at what you have and take that too. And now, as we stand in a cold war against Turkey, we must always be in a position of advantage. Thank you all very much, and thank you for listening.